Ruby Soho is all elite. Adam Cole is all elite. Bryan Danielson is all elite. Minoru Suzuki, still in New Japan, but he's stopping by. He's visiting.
Yes.
It's going to be fun.
It is.
Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I'm your host, Bob. I'm joined as always by my good friend, Hollywood Frank.
HW, baby.
You guys can catch us here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wow. What a weekend, man. Oh my God. I was satisfied with the outcome of New Japan's Wrestle Grand Slam, which was Saturday and Sunday. But my God, man, AEW All Out. What the freaking hell, man. That was just that I saw so many people crapping on that card and giving it and just saying it didn't look all that great. And then today they're saying it might be the best pay-per-view AEW has ever had. How's the voice? It's a lot better than it was at the end of that night, man. I was losing my freaking mind. But it was an amazing show. We got the debut of Ruby Soho, formerly Ruby Riott. We got Adam Cole, baby. And we got Bryan Danielson. Yes. And we got all of that in one night. We got Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson within 5 minutes of each other.
And we had Murder Grandpa,
Minoru Suzuki, the King, is taking on Jon Moxley this freaking Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
Oh my God. Wow.
We've said it before. We'll say it again, man. It's a great time to be a fan of wrestling. It's this right there. Those letters, wrestling.
Yes. And that's like Brian, Bryan Danielson. That's going to take a while for me to get used to that. But Daniel Bryan said, I just did it again. Bryan Danielson said his third reason, I am a wrestler and I am here to goddamn wrestle. No more this sports entertainment crap. And that's what it's all about. But anyway, thanks to everybody that's going to show it up. Maldacito, obviously, and everyone else that's going to show up. Everyone's going to they'll start trickling in here little by little. But we're going to get this thing going as usual. And yeah, like we always tell guys.
What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
What's up? Thanks for being here, everybody. We appreciate it.
What's up?
It's nice to see wrestling spelled wrestling again. Yeah, man. It's like he said, dude, it was, we got someone joining us.
Who we got?
Punk's greatest mark, Johnny Cage.
Hello, boys.
JC, what's up?
What did you think about that? What about that closing 5 minutes, man?
There was a lot. There was a lot of stuff happening.
That was a lot. That was a lot to take in, man. I'll tell you what, it was God, it was so emotional, man. But
what's up is AEW, baby.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Hey, and did you guys see what Mick Foley put out today?
I did.
Just saw it.
Did you see it, Johnny?
I just saw it, and I think he's right.
He's 100% right, man. And a lot of people are giving him crap for it, but a lot of people are agreeing with him. So, and like he said, He literally said that WWE is no longer the place where this young talent aspires to be. And you're looking at the way that WWE does their booking and everything, it's hard to argue with that. But before we get into that, guys, we do want to do our favorite segment, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I get to go first this week, because Frank went last week. The good, obviously. The good, obviously. All Out, man. It was an amazing show, man. And not just for and I actually was critical of the pacing of it. But after I went back and took a look at it and thought about it, man, the reason why they put a couple of those slower throwaway matches, I don't want to call them throwaway matches because there were some important stuff that happened on them, but to slow everything down, give everybody a chance to just take a breath, because, man, it's just an emotional roller coaster that whole night. The bad is WWE's take on this, where they basically said that according to them, Daniel Bryanson, or Brian Danielson, I'm going to do that all freaking night because it happened at one time. Now it's in the back of my head, and now it won't go away. But Brian Danielson and Adam Cole don't matter. They're, like they said, they're not important. They don't matter. That's such a bad take. It's obviously.
Did you see what they wanted to do with Cole?
Yeah, they wanted to make him a manager.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. That's part of my ugly, is like they're talking about their plans for him, and they're like, well, they don't matter. It's like, are you serious? Did you not see what happened? Do you not see? It's such a bad take. The ugly, the continued downward spiral of Jeff Hardy. The man was once the world heavyweight champion, and now he's chasing the 24/7 title. Dude, it was awful. And Twitter friggin' lost their mind over that crap. But yeah, and Montecito says, young talent, older talent, anybody who's ever laced up boots and stepped in the ring. Yeah, dude. Yep. I'm telling you, man. But I'll drop the link to his tweet, because it's scathing, man. And he's not pulling any punches with it too. So we put that in there. Yeah, it's worth a listen. It's only about a minute and a half long, but he gets right to the point of it. And he says that WWE, we have a problem. So, and when Mick Foley, because Mick Foley is a company guy. Okay, I love the dude, but he is a company guy. If he's coming out and saying this stuff openly like this, you know that they're watching. But that's my good, my bad, my ugly. Frank, what you got?
There can't be anything more good than AEW All Out on Sunday. Goes without saying. I mean, my favorite match was the tag team title match with the Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks. That to me was a highlight of the night.
One of, if not the best tag team cage matches of all time.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of tag team cage matches. It's usually like one-on-one or best three guys in there together, single guys. But yeah, it was
unreal, man.
Really good match. For me, the bad continues to be yesterday, Monday Night Raw. I mean, McMahon wasn't there. It doesn't matter whether he's there or not.
Yeah.
You have a tag team turmoil that you time out, you stop halfway in the match.
It was actually good. This is one of the things that WWE does well, is doing these tag team these tournament match things. They do these things, they do it well. They stopped in the middle of it. Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, the two teams that can't go. No, that's not the way it works. That's why it's called tag team turmoil. It's you get your ass beat down, so you're up. That's the way it works. And Sonya Deville comes out and goes, oh, we're going to restart it because it's not fair. Shut the hell up. And it completely took the wind out of it.
Between the timeout of the turmoil match and a contenders match for the women's title, when you had the women's title holders in the match. So that's my bad. And my ugly, Mr. Johnny Cage took a little bit of my thunder with it. You're going to bring Adam Cole in as a manager because you like his mic skills. That was what your plans were. That's one of the reasons why he left.
I guarantee you.
A manager.
And I guarantee you, they weren't going to pay. That report of $1 million, there ain't no damn way they're going to pay him $1 million to be a manager. So we could call that one bullshit.
That's my GBU.
Real quick, Hicks Villain stepped in and said, "Sup? What's up, Hicks Villain? My brother, good, bad, and the ugly." Okay, Johnny, I'm going to put you on the spot. Give us a good, a bad, and ugly, man.
The good is All Out, like everything about it. The bad is what Roy's doing with the tag teams. Like, you have the tag team champion going to the WWE belt. Like, I don't like that. Like, Randy wants the Lashley's title.
Yeah, but they don't have anybody else. They've run through every legitimate contender for both Roman and for Bobby, and they haven't built anybody else up in the meantime.
Then just wait into the draft. Wait for the draft. Like, you gotta put
the draft isn't for the draft isn't for another month and a half.
Sometime in October, isn't it? Is it the beginning or the end of October?
It's the middle of from what I understand, it's the middle towards the end of October. It's like the third week of October. So they've got like a month and a half to fill. They've got another pay-per-view coming up, and they've got no legitimate contenders for either of them.
Now it's like the belt that he has with Riddle doesn't matter.
Dude, RK Bro is the best thing on Raw. Okay. But even that is who they going up against. It's ridiculous. But yeah, and then what's your ugly?
I mean, I'm gonna have to go with what Frank went. Like, Adam Cole is a manager.
I really want to know if that's 100% true, man.
I think they wanted him out.
I don't think they wanted him out. I just don't think Vince looked at him and goes, "He's too small. He can't be a wrestler. Let's make him a manager." That's good shit. It's such a dumb thing.
Sake.
It would have been a potential for $1 million, but with him as a manager, he wouldn't reach the insensitive. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's just tone deaf.
The other thing about Cole, I love his music so much. Like
his entrance music was dope. Like, dude, they actually put that song up on Spotify for sale immediately, and people are like bought the hell out of it. I will say I'm a little disappointed in Bryan Danielson's music. It's kind of that weird Flight of the Valkyries and then like a hip hop mix. I would have preferred him come out to Final Countdown.
Yeah,
but from what I understand, his music was like last minute.
From what I was reading too, is that the Final Countdown cost too much for Tony Khan to get.
That's a decent McMahon. Now order a steak. Not the Cito. But yeah, we don't want to harp on that too long. But that's our good, our bad, and the ugly for today. We are going to go over everything that happened at AEW All Out. And it was like from top to bottom. It was a great pay-per-view.
Yeah, you had some short matches. Big Show, Paul White.
Yeah, and you and I talked about how like I felt like that was a no, stop it. That I didn't like the pacing of it at the time, but after I thought about it, I was like, man, if they had put all the lesser matches ahead of time, by the time, and they had, and like after that tag match, man, they went right into the world title, and then people would have been dead. They would have they'd have been so emotionally drained, man. I really do think that that it was a good idea to split everything up like that.
And it's we both knew how good that tag match could be before we saw it. So do you really want to follow that up and have somebody come out like a world title match or something else following that?
Well, like I said, yeah, they would have just been
you want like
dead.
a little break.
So yeah, D-Star says best pay-per-view of the last 10 years. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's definitely got to be one of them. I mean, I was thinking about I was trying to think about the last time that there was a pay-per-view that had this kind of an emotional content of it, and the only one I could think of was the original All Out. But even that, in context of the potential for how potentially game changing it could be, I don't even think that compared to this one.
I remember pay-per-views where you have been watching them with the live fans. I mean, but it's been a while since we've had live fans. So, but when you're watching them, and there might be one or two pops where you get the fans really excited. Sort of like I can't remember what it was, that pay-per-view where the Royal Rumble where John Cena came out as number 30.
Yeah.
When Edge came out for the Royal Rumble.
Like, and comparatively pop wise, comparatively, when Edge came out for the Royal Rumble, I would say that pop was just as big. I just don't think that it had the same like potential impact that this has.
Right. Or when McIntyre eliminated Lesnar from the Royal Rumble, you have those pops where the fans get that big hit and that big adrenaline rush, but it's just one time. And the pay-per-view. This was,
man, I'm gonna tell you what.
From Murder Grandpa to Soho to Adam Cole to Bryan Danielson, there was boom, 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 boom. So there was multiple hits for the fans and CM Punk. I forgot about him, CM Punk and Darby Allin. I mean, there's like 5 times you can have those fans just be excited, or just get one pop here, one pop there. It's just,
bro. When Kaze ni Nare started, when it came out, I almost lost my crap. Like, if you go back and watch,
no, you did. You
good
did,
Lord, dude. I was like, you guys don't understand. I love Minoru Suzuki, man, and his match against Moxley a couple years ago was fan-freaking-tastic, man. Is the Twitter handle still the same for the council? No, actually. Give me a second, and I will actually get you the Twitter handle for that. But Courtney, appreciate you stopping in here. D-Star, Maldacito, Hicks Villain, guys, we appreciate you stopping in here. And if you could please like, share, and share this on your social media, we appreciate it. But that's the last of that. But let me, you guys tell us, what was your biggest moment of All Out, of All In?
All Out.
God, I'm so freaking confused right now, man. I'm thinking about everything that happened, and it was just, the more I think about it, the more I think it was absolutely necessary that they have that palate cleanser match at the end there, because one, the championship match, even after that, the championship match, it did feel like it kind of lulled a little bit. I got a lot better towards the end, but man, the emotional impact, I don't think you would have had the same reaction. Even with Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson coming out at the same time like that, and within, like I said, literally within 5 minutes of each other, it was
okay.
bonkers.
But now I got a question. So Jericho said that they're gonna beat Raw like in the next few months. Do you see that happening?
Dude, the thing about AEW is that they have been in a constant state of growth. Now, during COVID, it wasn't very fast, but there has always been a constant state of growth with AEW. With WWE, it's been nothing but stagnation. It's been zero. Yeah, dude. Oh my God. Hey, did I call it or did I call it?
You called it.
I said, it's their time. It's the Lucha Brothers time. They're crazy popular. They're amazing in the ring. It's their time. And man, but Murder Grandpa is, oh God, Courtney. I don't know. And for anybody here that hasn't seen Moxley versus Suzuki 1, you need to watch that before you watch this. That'll give you an idea of what to expect. It's going to be they're going to beat the living shit out of each other. It's basically what it's going to be. Suzuki's he's a national treasure, and I love that guy. And it's, dude, you saw what happened when his theme hit, the place lost their freaking mind. You know what I mean? And like, here's the thing. A lot of people didn't know who Kojima was. Okay. But they knew exactly who Minoru Suzuki was. And so much so that even like when his theme music hit, that last line of his song, everybody sings that. And as soon as that hit, that's exactly what everybody in that venue did. They all chanted that song, that final line. So it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, you're right, Hicksville, and they did deserve it.
They absolutely did, man. And I'll tell you right now, I wanted to see them have at least a decently long run. I would like to see them hang on to these belts at least until Double or Nothing. And the next in line has got to be Proud and Powerful. It's got to be Santana and Ortiz.
And just seeing Penta out there, I mean, with his kids, I mean, that was
amazing, man. And yeah, dude, and Christian Omega turning a what a lot of people thought was going to be a very mundane match, and turned it into they turned it into a solid feud. But let me pull up All Out here. Start with was it the
you had Miro versus Kingston to start.
Dude, Miro and Kingston was much better than I thought it was going to be. I knew it was going to be fun. Dude, they turned that into a legit beatdown, man. Yeah, Papa Smurf. Dude, you were leaning into that friggin' joke, man.
I was. But I did watch part of the kickoff show. I know you probably were just going to say you didn't see any of it.
I didn't watch it that night. I did go back and watch it. It wasn't bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I know the Butcher came back, basically beat down Cassidy. But that was pretty good. But Paul White versus QT Mark. I mean,
Miro versus Kingston.
Miro versus Kingston, dude. The psychology of that match was much better than I thought it was going to be. Like I knew it was going to be. I knew it was going to be a fun match. That was a much better match than I expected. And dude, Miro is just one of the best things going right now, man.
And he's undefeated since he's been there.
That character, he came. Take it easy, Courtney. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. But dude, freaking Kingston coming out with that shirt. Redeemed these nuts. Did you see the tweet that Miro put out afterwards? He said your nuts have been redeemed. and then his wife puts out a tweet saying, and I'll redeem yours when you get home. Dude, they've got to bring her in, man. They are just like the most ridiculously fun couple, man. Yeah. It definitely exceeded my expectation. Yeah, Miro pulling off a drop kick and a really good crisp one too, man. That dude's freaking huge. What is he doing drop kicks for? But yeah, Jericho winning. I was actually very surprised by that. But yeah, we'll get into that. Next match was the what was it? What was the next match after that? They had the buy-in. They had Kingston and Miro. Oh, it's Moxley versus Kojima.
Oh yeah,
Moxley versus Kojima. That was a fun match, dude. Nothing flashy, nothing crazy. Dude, he is. Dude, him doing a drop kick is like a wall doing a drop kick. It's like, how the hell how did he even get up that high? It was Moxley versus Kojima. Dude, I like Kojima. And people don't realize how good of a wrestler that dude is. And here's the thing, even though they didn't do anything crazy, the psychology of that match is so cool because Kojima's finisher is the lariat. It's something that everybody else does. But they put so much, the way that they wrestled that match, Moxley put so much respect into his ability to hit that thing. That one moment where all he did was hold his arm up and Moxley just backed off. You know, that's what we always talk about. Like ring psychology is so important. And him doing that sold that match and made it a much better experience. Like I said, it wasn't anything super flashy. It was It was a good physical match between two guys that like to beat each other down. But the moment, oh my God, man. Oh my God. After that match is over, and it seemed like that was it, Kazunina hits, and out comes freaking Murder Grandpa in his freaking tracksuit. That classic look, man. Yeah, it was a straight shot of, yeah, exactly. That's a really good way to put it, man. It was a straight shot of whiskey, nothing fancy, but you got what you wanted and you were disappointed. At no point was I bored in that match. And here's the thing. Kojima's 51, I think.
Think so.
Dude, he looks like a brick.
Murder Grandpa's 53.
Murder Grandpa's 53, yeah. It's just, I don't know what it is with those guys, man, in Japan. They just find the fountain of youth somehow.
He just picks up Moxley and
dude, put him in the gotch and just drilled him, dude. It was awesome. I love how they did the classic New Japan exchange too, man, where they just pop at each other. That's oh my God, it's gonna be so awesome. I can't wait till Wednesday. I'm so excited about this. And they said there's a potential that they could actually have a series of matches, which I'm like, yes, please. You know, I want to see him and Archer do a tag match, man. Archer and Suzuki versus Moxley and Kingston. Give me that friggin' match.
And what's great about
match and just let them beat each other to death.
And what's great about all this is you may not know these guys, but you're getting to know them now because of the relationship between All Elite and New Japan.
Yep.
Bringing these guys in.
Next match was
Britt Baker versus
Statlander.
Yep.
I liked how physical Statlander was in this. Suzuki haunts my dreams like my own personal Freddy Krueger. Dude, he's so awesome, man. And when he goes into that crazy mode, that he starts laughing, he says, ah! He's such an awesome character, man. And he gets, I tell you, man, any match that he's in is it's such a physical beatdown match. They're so fun to watch. But Statlander, I really like Statlander. They put it over Statlander's size and strength advantage.
Yep.
The cool moment in that match was when it was Orange Cassidy getting fired up. You know, like she was looked like Statlander wasn't going to make it back into the ring, and he got up in her face. He starts screaming at her, and he's like, "Get in there!" It's always cool to see him break character every once in a while. It just becomes an entertainment. Hey, Johnny, what do you think about Orange Cassidy?
I don't know that I get it. Like, I don't think I understand why people like it, but I don't know. It's endearing, I guess.
I don't like. It's not. I'm not big on the comedy stuff, but I get why people like him because he's entertaining. Yeah, he showed emotion at the perfect time of the match. Exactly.
I like when they get serious because he's never serious. It means more, I guess.
Yeah, and here's the thing: a lot of people are like, saying, why isn't he aren't they putting a belt on him? Why isn't he world champion? He's the kind of character he doesn't need a belt. You don't need to put a title on it. I mean, when they do, and eventually they're gonna at least put the TNT title on him at some point. But his gimmick doesn't require a belt. You know, he doesn't require a title. Now I could see them when they do finally introduce the 6-man tag belts. I could see Best Friends being one of the first people to hold those.
Yep.
Because they are technically a trio. So, but
gotta give the people what they want.
Gotta give the people what they want, man. But it was. The women's match was. I wouldn't say wasn't as good as her versus Thunder Rosa. Wasn't as good as her versus Shida, but it was a solid match.
It was nice to see her win without needing help from anybody to win the match too.
Yeah, and honestly, I do think that they're kind of working on towards making her a tweener because she is like crazy popular. I don't know if that's necessarily going to work with her character, but I really do. But I do feel like that's what they're kind of moving her towards. Malicino, I didn't get him at first. It was his match with Pac that changed my mind and I've been a fan. So, yeah, dude, he can have this. That's the thing. He's one of those guys. He's kind of like Darby. He's not real big, but he's really, really good in the ring. And when he throws moves, he throws everything he's got behind it. And his match with Pac was actually really good. It's really good. And he's one of those guys that looks good in defeat, because he does seem like such an underdog all the time.
Yeah, but with Darby, he's like, he won't stay down. He's that guy that will take a beating and still come back up. Yeah. Cassidy doesn't seem like he wants to be there, like his character. Like, okay, hit me.
That's his character, though, man. His character it just doesn't care. His character he's lackadaisical.
He likes being pockets.
Yeah, he likes putting his hands in his pockets, man.
And doing the foot tap.
Yeah. The next match, oh my God, match of the night, might be the match of the year.
It's on my top 5.
Bucks versus Lucha Brothers, dude. It's probably in my top 3. Like, I'd have to sit here and rack my brain to really think about a better match that I've seen this year. Except for maybe and the matches that I'm compared it to are like Shingo versus Ospreay. That's the level that this thing is on.
It'd be up there. One of my favorite matches this year would be the Moose versus what's his name?
Moose versus Ishii. She's so much fun to watch.
That was a good match too.
That was I'm
glad we did that. But anyways, getting back to she is becoming must-see TV.
Yeah, she is becoming must-see TV. This match, man, the thing that was so cool about this match too is, one, it's only the third cage match we've seen in AEW in 2 years. We've only seen three matches, and one of them was the blood and guts match. I don't know, so that's kind of just like a gimmick match. The way they wrestled was different than they normally do because there was no outside ring. There's no outside of the ring, so everything has to happen in the ring. So a lot of their stuff that they do, they like their tope suicidas outside the ring. Their little gathering things, where they gather like a flock of quail and wait for someone to jump. Couldn't do any of that stuff, and you knew someone was coming off the top of that freaking cage. It was like we all knew it was probably going to be Ray too. But man, and you know what? And it wasn't anything ridiculously crazy, but it was still like 20 something feet in the air, dude.
Yeah, and
crossbody. Oh my God!
And it was one. You didn't have all these jumping, flipping, flopping, jumping all off the cage and doing this and that. It was
one, and that one was enough. And oh my God, man! But
that's why this is my favorite Bucks match. Like, I'm not a fan. Like, I think there's spots that are kind of stupid, but this match made sense.
Yeah, and I think the fact that they didn't have the outside of the ring to work with, I think that's what helped propel this in the direction that it went in. Honestly, going forward, seeing how good this match was, I would like to see them do less stuff outside the ring and more stuff in the ring. Like doing something outside the ring every once in a while, I'm cool with that because they can do some cool stuff outside the ring. I want to see something more like this because, man, the action in that ring was so good.
And you didn't have the ring cluttered with kendo sticks and tables and chairs and for this match because it was no DQ. So but you didn't have to worry about the space between the cage and the ring where they could go bring all this shit into the ring. You only had that shoe with the tacks in it. That was it.
Yeah, and that whole thing was a callback. My God, dude, man. Freaking Penta looked like somebody freaking stabbed him in the head by the time that match was over.
That big pool of blood in the one corner after he got.
Dude, as soon as he put that freaking shoe on and he did a super kick, I was like, oh yeah, he's dead. I was like, okay, yep, thanks. That's it. Thanks for coming, guys. Dude, but the other thing too is we always talk about ring psychology. That moment when they were about to do a BTE trigger or a double super kick onto Ray, and Penta dives in front of it and takes the hit. Like, because he's like, you're not going to hurt my little brother anymore. That was crazy, man. Yeah, dude, this is a true calling. Like Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian. Yeah, people will be talking about this for years. 100%. Other thing that, actually, they did the report talking about any injuries and everything. Nobody got injured in this match. They were like the Bucks put out things that they were like super sore. They were really tired. They were beat up. You had the usual aches and pains. Nobody got injured in this match. So that just tells you how good these guys are and how good and how well they know each other. That they could do moves. Dude, that friggin' that Frankensteiner off the friggin' top turnbuckle. Yeah. That match. Oh no, the Canadian Destroyer that match.
Yeah.
That Canadian Destroyer he took off the top turnbuckle, dude. It looked like he landed on top of his head. I saw that and I was going, well, his neck's broke. But
Penta did look like
D said, how would you rank this cage match amongst all others, W included? This is probably, at the very least, this is top 3 of all time. In my personal opinion. And in my personal opinion, and this may just be recent memory, it's the best cage match I've seen probably in decades. It was awesome. It was perfect. It was as close to perfect as you could possibly get. Maldacito said Penta looked like a true zombie from dude. They were both. I mean, both of their masks were all torn up because the Bucks are heels. But Penta looked like somebody. Penta legit looked like somebody took him out in the back and beat the shit out of him. That added so much to the psychology of the match too, man, because they were just getting ripped to shreds, and they kept getting back up, and they kept getting back up. They kept getting back up. It was that moment. It's like someone. You almost know someone's going to win. Sometimes they'll pull a swerve, but when they just have that, like, I will not be denied. That's when you start getting really invested in the match, and that's when you start to realize this guy's going to win, because this reminds me. You know what this reminded me of? This reminded me of Bucks versus Page and Omega, when they gave Kenny the BTE trigger, the golden trigger, which no one has, like, almost nobody has ever kicked out of, and he kicks out at one and he starts punching the friggin' mat. It's like he's not going down. Like, that's what was happening in this match. They were hitting Ray and Penta with everything and its mother, and they just wouldn't stop.
Yeah, and that's something that's something you won't see in WWE, because they had to be PG. So you're not seeing you're not going to see a match like that.
It's drama. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. It's drama. And these guys just took it to the nth degree. D-Star said, for me, only Foley and Taker's above this match, and that was a Hell in a Cell. Dude, I would put this on the same level with that match, as far as how intense it was and crazy. But as far as how much I enjoyed it and just how awesome it was, I actually think this actually eclipses that. And that's saying a lot, because that match was amazing.
Yeah, but especially when stuff happened in that match that wasn't supposed to, like Foley going through the top of the cage.
But
did you say something about Penta getting a Cobra Commander outfit?
That's supposedly Abrahantes is trying to talk him into creating ring gear based off of Cobra Commander, and which I thought, man, that would be so freaking cool, because I loved his Joker outfit. And dude, their entrance this pay-per-view was awesome. I love their entrance to this pay-per-view. But yeah, dude, like Penta's I love the Lucha Brothers, man. And I'm so glad that they're the tag team champions. And I also like the fact that now that the Bucks aren't the tag team champions, so we'll see them up against FTR. We'll see them up against Proud and Powerful. We're gonna get some just awesome friggin' matches out of this. I wonder how this will affect the Andrade Sterling and Pac's availability. Pac needs to get a friggin' apartment stateside. he just like, I get it. He wants to go home, but damn it, man, this is like the third time this has happened.
Well, this guy said that the Lucha Brothers were going to side with Andrade.
I still think they're going to.
I don't see that happening.
I will say this. I am starting to think that you're right. I am starting to think that maybe they won't side with Andrade, but Pac will. We're both thirsty people. But what do you think, Johnny?
I'm not sold either way. Like, anything can happen to me.
Way to take a stance there, man.
I really don't have one. Like, I don't pay attention to these guys as much.
Well, start, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like I said,
Okay,
this
Dad.
is. Go ahead.
No, go on.
And then like I said, this is definitely contender for match of the year for me. So far this year, it probably is the match of the year. Have you seen Hijo de la Park's Skeletor gear? It's awesome, dude. That's something about the luchadors, man. Lucha Libre, they have some of the coolest friggin' in-ring gear you're ever gonna see. I mean, it's just there's a level of creativity, and you can do so much. If you wear a mask, you can do so much cool stuff. So that's the thing. I like the fact that Andrade. I almost wish that he kept it on, or that like maybe he would do like some kind of a ceremony when he comes out and then puts it on. I love that he came out with he's been coming out with his La Sombra mask on, and then he takes it off. But yeah, dude, and I haven't actually seen this one. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, man, I've seen some just crazy ring gear. And I can't remember who it was that was just put a thing out on social media asking people for ideas for ring gear. And I'm just throwing out like friggin' every comic book character that I love. So I'm like, and somebody doing like a Skeletor, man, dude, friggin' if Penta did like a Skeletor, like based off of like the Master of the Universe, oh my God, that would be pretty dope. But yeah, man, match of the year contender, if not in my opinion, it's probably the match of the year so far. Next up, we had the
Battle Royale. Boogie in the house.
Oh my God.
What up? What's up? I just saw the link, man. I'm getting ready to go live with Talking Balls. I'm like Adam Cole. I'm back.
My brother Bentley. My brother Bentley right there.
I don't even know what you guys have been talking about. I've been getting ready to go live with Talking Balls, and I was sharing stuff on Twitter, and I saw Bob sent me the link. I wish I'd seen it earlier. I've just been sitting here getting ready.
We just got done talking about the best tag match we've seen in a long time.
One of the 3 best cage matches of all time.
Dude, one of the best pay-per-views of all time, top to bottom. Like the women's match was what it was.
Yeah.
The Big Show match, you didn't need it, but it let you cool down before Omega and Christian. It's perfect pay-per-view. Like maybe one of the best of all time.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what and the thing that was we were talking about, like before the pay-per-view, there were people crapping on this saying, man, this card just isn't that great. And I'm like, wait for it. And then just knocked it out of the park, man.
Dude, Eddie Kingston, right out of the gate, they set the tone. Right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston and Miro. What a great match. Like, that's a main event quality match. Storytelling 101. Great match. Loved it.
Exceeded my expectations by a lot, man.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you expecting from that match? Nothing.
Yeah. Now, you're expecting a decent match. You're not expecting anything great. The psychology of that match was so cool. And
you expect a decent match with Moxley, and then you get Murder Grandpa coming out, and that
God.
And the crowd's so smart. They know exactly who he is.
Oh my God.
And the reactions are there. Like, AEW's taking off, man. I'm telling you, I called it years ago. Told people when you saw what the Bucks and what Cody and what all those guys were doing in New Japan and Ring of Honor, you could see a wrestling boom was coming. And then when they decide to go do their own thing, they're Cody especially to just walk away, to do his own thing. The Bucks to turn down WWE, do their own thing. These guys, a wrestling boom is here. It's here. I don't know that it's coming anymore. It's here.
Hashtag wrestling renaissance, man.
Yeah, it is here.
That's what I said before, Boogie. It's all about this right there.
It is, I was talking to a guy at work today about it, saying the same thing, and he's like, it's not a wrestling boom, it's just an AEW boom. And I said, but really a wrestling boom just means that wrestling's cool again. And it is. Like, it's coming. More people are going to tune into AEW. It's going to blow up. It's here. The wrestling boom is here.
Yeah, and the fact that and that's right. They respect the crowd. They respect the crowd's intelligence. Yeah, that's another thing. They're not telling. Unlike WWE, they're not telling the crowd who to cheer for. They're telling the crowd, tell us who you want to cheer for. Show us what you want, and we'll give it to you. And go ahead.
And you got CM Punk coming out, and hey, I want to put these guys over. I want to make this better. I want to get back to wrestling.
Did you see the media scrum afterwards, though?
Yes.
where Bryan Danielson's like, I don't know what Punk's talking about. I'm not trying to help anybody. I'm here to kick some effing heads in.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's just, I mean, and that's the other thing too, that someone was pointing out. They showed a picture. They showed a picture of Punk coming out. They showed a picture of Ruby Soho coming out. They showed a picture of Adam Cole, and they showed a picture of Bryan Danielson, and they were all just smiling ear to ear.
Yeah,
man, it's like they're happy.
My wife keeps saying every time Punk comes to the ring, she's like, he can't stop smiling. They are having fun. They are doing what they love. And it's just like, even Ruby, when she, did the media scrum, she's like, what can I do? What can I say? And Tony Khan's like, whatever you want. Like, that's the beauty of AEW. It's everything wrestling is supposed to be. Adam Cole talking about sitting down with the Bucks and Omega and throwing ideas out. And some stuff works, some stuff doesn't. You may throw out a stupid idea, and Omega may take that, tweak it, and come back with something good. That's the beauty of wrestling. It's a group effort, and it's just so different.
Yeah, and you saw the video that Mick Foley put out, didn't you?
No,
dude. He's like, he literally the first line he says is, WWE, we have a problem.
Yeah,
and he basically laid it down, and there was one line that he put in there that just says it all. He said, WWE is no longer the preferred destination for all this upcoming talent. He said they're not looking to come here. They're looking to go to AEW. They're looking to go to New Japan, and that's a problem.
Look at Adam Cole, a guy who was working with his idols,
and
walked away to go wrestle with his friends and have fun. Have fun. What? Who cares if you're miserable? Why do it?
Yeah, and that's the thing too. We were talking about, like, they were gonna, like, they may have been. I don't think if they were gonna bring him in as a manager, which was Vince's big idea, to bring him onto the main roster as a manager. He's like, I'm a wrestler, dude. I was the top star. I made NXT what it was for 4 years. I was the top guy there. I brought that buzz.
Why would he be a manager?
Be a freaking manager because I talk well. It's so stupid. It's so nearsighted. It's like not seeing the forest for the trees.
Tony Khan said Adam Cole was the one guy in WWE that scared him, absolutely terrified him when they were having a Wednesday night war. Yeah, because Adam Cole is ratings.
And if they had leaned into that, they may actually have done better in that whole thing.
Yeah,
but they didn't. They didn't lean on their stars.
And if you're Pete Dunne, are you doing the same thing?
If I'm Pete Dunne, I'm gone. If I'm Pete Dunne, I see what they're doing. Look what they did to Karrion Kross. And Karrion Kross checks all of Vince's boxes. Pete Dunne is 5'10".
I just wonder what happens with guys that don't necessarily have the relationship with the Bucks or Cody or Omega.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, man, New Japan is desperately looking for Western talent. They're desperate for it.
That's a big difference, though. Is like Brian saying he ain't going to go wrestle in Japan right now because of COVID and all that stuff. Yeah. He's not going over there. Guys, it's a big commitment to go over there and wrestle full time in Japan.
No, it is. But here the thing is you can go there and be a top guy and be loved and paid well and be allowed to do what you do. You may, and it requires a bit of a sacrifice, but even if you don't want to do that, New Japan is really looking to build heavy in the West right now. That Resurgence show, man, I don't know if you watched it. Me and Frank live stream results of it. That was a fantastic show. It was a great freaking pay-per-view, and the crowd was big into it, man. It was a sold-out crowd. I wish it wasn't an outdoor venue because you would have been able to hear the crowd a lot better. It was a great show, and they're starving for that content. Will Ospreay said he's not going back to Japan. He's staying here in the U.S. So they're trying to build here in the U.S. So those guys like Pete Dunne, like guys like Dunne, guys like Ciampa, guys like Gargano, we know those guys are not the kind of people that Vince wants. They're going to be perennial jobbers if they do get kept and stay on the main roster. They can go to New Japan and be stars.
Or AEW, and you got the option to do both. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is that with all these companies working together, it creates this, like I said, it creates this revolving door where you can go places like you want to, like You want to take a break from working in Japan? Go do a couple of AEW dates. You know, or Impact. Impact's starting to ramp back up. You know, it's just it's right now, man. There's so much playthrough with all these other companies. It's like a version of the territories again.
And today's the last NXT as we know it.
Yeah.
Today.
I don't know. I saw something different about that, saying that Vince and Bruce were just doing production, and that Triple H was still handling Triple H and Shawn Michaels were still doing all of creative. Is that true?
What I understand is Vince and yes and no. Vince and Bruce and Laurinaitis are handling all the talent acquisition and things like that. Hunter and my brain doesn't want to work. Hunter and Sean are still running the day-to-day, but every storyline thing has to go through Vince.
It's dead. It's over. But there's the rumors of Vince selling. Like, and what happens if Vince sells? Is that the end? Like, who's going to buy it? That's another conversation I had at work today. Is if Vince sells, is a company like NBC or something stupid going to buy it and put somebody that knows nothing about wrestling? That's the end. If you don't put somebody in charge that knows the wrestling business, that is the death of WWE. AEW will sign up all the talent, and WWE will. They may not. I don't know that they'll ever disappear, but it's not going to be competitive.
I think if they sell to anybody, they'll sell to someone like Amazon. And if they do, like you said, if they don't put somebody that knows the business in there, it will for the most part die. And
that's why it's awful now. Like Vince knows the wrestling business. He does. He knows the wrestling business.
Yep.
But the stuff he does is so driven towards YouTube views and social media, and just it's like I don't know. Is he losing his mind? Surely you don't just forget how to book wrestling.
I don't think he cares. I think at this point he thinks WWE, the brand, is too big to fail. I think he's shopping it around because we've talked about this a couple of times. Vince doesn't want to be known as the greatest wrestling promoter that of all time. He wants to be thought of as a media mogul. That's why he's always been in competition with Ted. He's always seen himself as competition with Ted Turner. He wants to be Ted Turner.
That's why films, the XFL, all the field. How about you stick to what works? Professional wrestling. Like, that's the thing. You can't even call it wrestling anymore.
And that's the thing. People think that the whole sports entertainment thing is something that's happened in like the last 15, 20 years. He was saying that back in like 1987.
Oh, they said he wanted a version of the WWE network back in the 80s. He wanted a WWE channel is what he wanted. And it just, throughout technology, became the network.
Oh, come on. He had World Bodybuilding Federation. He had ICO Pro. He had all this other stuff he was doing.
Vince wants to be thought of as a media mogul. And if he can, that's why over the last 10, 12 years or so, they haven't built any new megastars like Cena and Stone Cold and The Rock. They want the brand to be the star. That way, when he does, if Vince does sell it, he's going to sell it for Lucas money. He's going to sell it for billions.
Oh yeah. And
then he will be
kids will be set for life.
He will be what he has always wanted to be. He will be considered a successful media mogul. Yeah. That's what he wants. That's his end game.
If he doesn't sell it to Amazon, like I've been saying from the beginning, he's selling it to Saudi.
I don't think he'll sell it to Saudi. I think he'll sell it to either Amazon or he'll sell it to CBS. Because I don't think Saudis will give him the money that he wants. The Saudis want shows there. They don't want to own the network. They just want them to do shows there.
Sure. All right, guys, I got to bounce. I got talking balls in 5 minutes.
All right, brother. Thanks for hanging out.
I got to yell at me. Man. Keep yelling at me, Bob. I need to jump on for a full show.
Hey. The 21st, so 2 weeks from today, I will not be available. I'll be in Columbus for a meeting. So if you're available.
Can you change time like 30 minutes early? That's the thing, is we go live at 8, so we would have to be done.
We could do that
a little bit early. Just yell at me, Bob. We'll figure it out.
All right, man.
All right, later, guys.
Thanks, Boogie. Hicks Villain, like you said, big meaty men slapping meat.
That's what Vince wants.
That's what Vince loves, and he signed that big guy, that wrestler, that.
The guy, the Olympian guy.
Yeah, the Olympian guy.
Yeah, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but yeah, that dude, they signed him for a big contract too. I mean, a big contract.
Because Adam Cole's gone. He didn't need to save money from Cole and what's his name? Oh my God, Braun Strowman, all that. So
yeah. And then that's exactly it. Vince only cares about the financial bottom line. And right now, and that's what I was talking to this guy when I talk about he asked, like, you're so critical of WWE. I said, listen, let me explain this to you. I love the WWE. Okay. I always have. Some of my fondest memories are going to WWE shows. I don't want them to fail. And financial success does not equate to putting out, a good product. They have so much talent there. Even with after all the people that they've released, WWE has one of the strongest professional wrestling rosters in the business, if not the still. I mean, AEW took a massive step up over the last couple of months, but I still think that WWE overall has the largest roster of just top level talent, but they don't do anything with it. They have the same matches over and over and over again. They push the same guys over and over and over again. You can't build for the future like that. And I don't think that right now, they've made more money in the last 2 years than they have ever made in the company's existence. But that doesn't mean you're putting out a successful product.
Yeah. WWE can fill up a 60, 70,000 seat arena. I don't think AEW, I know AEW is not to that level yet.
Yeah.
But
they're
making moves to get there.
Yeah.
But McMahon could just go out and just throw the Royal Rumble in a 70,000 seat arena or WrestleMania, and it's sold out in hours.
Well, that comes from 35 years of friggin', of a successful product. So it definitely, IndyKid, it definitely, by the way, thanks for stopping by, brother, appreciate it.
Yeah, IndyKid.
It definitely got real. It definitely got real Sunday night.
Yeah, we don't need a Monday Night War right now.
No.
Not right now.
We don't need a Monday Night War. We just need legitimate competition, and that is exactly what AEW is.
Because if you start putting people, people like to have an extra day to do something different. If you start putting AEW versus WWE, it's like, okay, which one am I going to do? Which one am I going to do? You start keep them separate nights.
Yeah. Just to put a recap, just to cap out, because we're getting close to the time for the show here. Capping out the night, the women's casino battle royale. Pretty much exactly what we expected it to be.
Yep.
I said it was going to be the last four were going to be Ruby Soho, Thunder Rosa, Nyla, and Jade. That's pretty much what happened. I said Ruby Soho would win. She won. Matches like this, they're never great. They have good spots, and that's exactly what this had. It was an okay match. It didn't feel as long as I thought it was going to feel, but it did go pretty long, and it ended exactly the way I said, and it had some cool spots, and it was basically just there to be Ruby Soho's coming out party.
And it gives some time for the women on and
again, to slow down, take a breath, and recharge. D-Star said AEW won't go Mondays because of NFL football. Con owns an NFL teams also won't go. And here's the thing. I don't want them to go head to head. They're already going head to head on Fridays. A little bit. You've got Rampage going up against SmackDown. Even though Rampage happens after SmackDown, they're still on the same night. So, and I'm predicting that within the next 6 months, Rampage goes 2 hours. I don't want it to, but I think it's going to.
Yeah. If you keep acquiring talent like you are, you've got to do something.
Yeah. But then again, like I said, just because you have all this talent on this roster, they could go to other, they don't have to be on television all the time with you. They could be on television for New Japan Strong. They could be on television for Impact. You could do stuff like they could do some stuff with NWA. Like they just did with the Empower card. There were 3 or 4 AEW women over there. So,
right. Next was Jericho versus MJF.
Yeah, not the best match that it was a good solid match. It wasn't the best match the two of them have had. Had crazy level drama. Dude, the referee, I went back and I watched it. He did not have his foot on the rope before that 3 count came down.
I caught that on the spot. I saw it on the first.
Yeah,
time
I said that live. I said that live, and Frank said, "No, I think you got it. I think you got it." But I went back and said, "No, wasn't even close." So that the ref messed up.
Man, I was so scared when I saw the screen finish because I thought they were gonna like book another match to fix it, and I was like, no, let it end.
No, I knew this was going to be the end of it, but I do like the fact that because of the way this went down, MJF can claim that he got screwed and that his record should be like, he's like, that shouldn't be on my record, that something kind of like he did. That's true. His hand was under the rope, and under the rules, technically, if you're under the rope at all,
any part of your body
is under the rope or on the rope, they have to break whatever hold or the count or whatnot. So that's true. But that under the rope thing, no one ever does that anymore. So, yeah, I mean, it looked, it was a fun match. Again, I think it was, I think it was put perfectly to, so that people would be into it, but they wouldn't be too crazy. Then we got the return.
When Max started selling his back, I was like, okay, he's gonna tap out for the walls.
Yeah. But
first time in 7+ years.
7 years, man. Punk versus Darby Allin.
Did you guys mind his gear? Like, I see a lot of people complaining about it.
His ear?
His gear.
Dude, I
like Punk's gear.
I like the law. I know that they said they wanted him to come out in the trunks, and I can understand that because it's more of a classic look. See, Maldacita said, sent you a couple pics of some rad tribute gear, Bob, on Twitter. Sweet, dude. Awesome. I'll take that look when we're done. Punk versus Darby, 100% exactly what I expected it to be. I knew it was going to be a feeling out in the beginning. Punk's going to kind of play up the ring rust a little bit. And then Darby just went all out. I love the psychology of this thing. Someone actually put the match between Bret Hart and the 1-2-3 Kid. They put that match that Bret Hart had with it. Dude, the first couple of exchanges between Darby and Punk were almost exactly the same thing. So I get the feeling they went back and watched that match, and they kind of
Bret Hart or Scott Hall.
No, it was Bret. It was Bret Hart versus X-Pac when he was 1-2-3 Kid.
Oh yeah.
And you go back and watch, like, even the whole thing where he was like, oh, okay, not bad, kid. That kind of like little head nod that he did. He was like, all right. Bret Hart did the exact same thing, the exact same gesture and everything, the exact same move and everything. It was awesome, dude. I love the fact, and it was such a psychological match because this was Punk wrestling counter to Darby's style. He knew Darby's style, and he didn't give Darby the offensive opportunities that he normally gets. So the first half of the match was him trying to shut down Darby's like crazy kinetic offense. So, and some people said that the match felt a little slow. I was like, yeah, but that was by design.
Yeah,
this was the cagey veteran using his knowledge against this dynamic newcomer. So I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, Mousy said,
love his gear.
Quick click it.
I mean, he's not in WWE anymore. Let him do something different.
Yeah, I liked the gear. I thought it was cool. I mean, I get that people wanted him to come out with the trunks and everything because it was such a signature look. I thought the trunks were cool, but it was kind of a 50-50 thing. But Darby looked awesome in defeat in this. And a lot of people were complaining, saying that the old guy comes in, he buries Darby. He buried Darby. Darby looked like a friggin' star in this match, and him getting the rub off of Punk is just gonna send him even higher. So it was awesome, man.
I was low-key waiting for the Pepsi plunge.
The Pepsi twist.
No, the Pepsi plunge, the pedigree of
Pepsi plunge.
Oh, the weird pedigree thing.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna ever use that again. But yeah, it looked awesome, and I thought Darby looked like a star at the end of that. Then we got the palate cleanser match, Paul White versus
the squash match,
which was exactly what we thought. It was exactly what we knew it was going to be. It was this match was literally designed to just give people a breather. And it was exactly what we thought it was going to be. Paul White basically beat the living shit out of QT Marshall. Salo and Camarado tried to get involved. Man, Nick Camarado's a dude. I really wish they would build that up, build that guy up so he was a beast. My friends hated the match. I thought it could have used those headlocks. It was probably best. It wasn't fast paced first. No, and that's like I said. Like a lot of people were complaining about the first half of the match. They didn't understand, and a lot of people weren't like. This was psychology. This was Punk playing up the fact that like he's got ring rust, and trying to slow the match down because Darby is just so fast, dude. That tope suicida that Darby did. He looked like he was shot out of a cannon.
Yep.
Like go back and watch that, dude. Normally when they come through the ropes, they come in and they start an immediate downward trajectory. He was going up. Like that's how fast he dove through those ropes, man. He came out of that thing like a missile. And the impact of it was amazing. It's everything, and that's why even though Darby is such a small guy, he's so believable in these matches against bigger people. Because every move he does like that. Well, he looks like he's throwing every single ounce of his body weight into every move that he does. And I think that's why it looks like he's trying to kill people. That match, that was building a match the old way. Take time, build and work to the spots that make you remember the match. Yeah, exactly. That match was it was an old school guy versus a new school guy.
Yep.
And I thought the ring psychology of it was perfect. But yeah, Paul White versus Marshall was exactly what we thought it was, a throwaway match. We knew, and it had all the typical beats. Dude, I didn't realize I said it during the pay-per-view, but I did remember The Rock did that. Remember he was making fun of the Big Show back in the day? I actually did that. I was like, oh, here comes the. I didn't mean to make fun of him. It's just ingrained in my brain. But is it just me or should Big Show call a day? Yeah, I don't know. I can see him doing a couple more matches like this. I don't want to see him in any like major programs or anything like that. The guy's had 2 hip replacements, man, and it's not good, especially for someone as big as he is. And he's in the best shape of that he's been in the last 10 years, but his body's just beat up, man.
Yeah, but he just didn't want to go out the way he got treated in WWE.
Yeah,
against Randy Orton and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's exactly what this is. I think he's going to have 1 or 2 matches like this where they put him over. They like he's he's a legit monster. I mean the guy is still crazy strong. He just can't move very well. But I think that was the whole idea behind him. They're like, we're going to let you go out with respect. You know what I mean? Camarado should have beaten Dusty. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Camarado is a monster. That dude, like he looks like friggin' he looks like what was his name? He looks like Dino Bravo and my brain's not wanting to work again, man. He looks like a monster, dude, and they should put him over like a monster. And the fact that he's just in the background behind QT, it doesn't do him any justice.
Nope.
If they use him sparingly, okay with a couple more minutes. Yeah, like these palate cleanser matches like this, Bruiser Brody. Camarado looks like Dino Bravo and Bruiser Brody had a freaking love child. Okay, and they should push him like that. Big, strong, mean, and crazy. Like I would go full on Bruiser Brody, man. I'd have him come out with a freaking chain and like something to beat people with on the end of it, and just like just chewing on it and like just make him a nut, and just have him be a friggin' monster and just tear people apart.
Yep.
That's how they should do Camarado. Camarado should be another one of their crazy big strong guys.
And the last match of the night was the
World Championship.
Yeah, AEW Championship, Kenny Omega.
By God, Omega
versus
and
Christian.
This is an awesome match. It was. Here's the thing. I know a lot of people. We knew Christian wasn't winning this match. But the fact that he can still come out here and can still go at that level, man. And yes, I mean, has he lost a step? Sure, he has. You know, but you put him in there with someone like Kenny, he can still pull out a banger, man. I mean, this was a 4-star match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought their match on Rampage was a little bit better than this one. But this was still a really good match. Really, really good match.
It was really good.
But the fucking the ending.
Oh, well, that freaking
ending.
one winged angel off the top rope.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh my God.
He's like, put a fork in him. He's done.
The fans were all standing up. You can see behind them when he did that. It's like, holy cow.
Yeah. And for Christian to take a bump like that, man, he's got to be like, any concerns about his neck have got to be gone. Yeah, it was a great match. And it showed that I think that this shows that Christian can still go. He's still got a couple of good years in him. And B, this really helps elevate the Impact title because he's their Impact champion. And then he had a match like that. Hell yeah, man.
And I called it not quite right, but I called that they were going to all come down and beat down Christian after the match.
Yep.
Knew that was going to happen. Jurassic Express comes out and good friends, and they come out and try to do what they can. And
yeah, I love the fact that Omega gets on the mic and he says that anybody that he's like there's nobody on that level. Anybody is either
not here,
already
retired,
or they're already dead. And as soon as he said already dead, I was like, oh man. When Adam Cole shows up, because I didn't think Adam Cole was coming out then. No. I was like, man, when Adam Cole, like they're setting this up for Adam Cole in a couple of weeks. That's what I thought was that this was because that whole thing where like they said we just murdered Adam Cole when they kicked him out of Bullet Club.
Yeah, when those lights went out, I thought it was Bryan Danielson coming out.
That's what and then Adam Cole's music hit, and that music is dope, man. That's such a great entrance theme, which is available on Spotify. You can actually they put it up immediately. Him coming out and then like immediately, and that's when the dead thing. I was like, oh man, this is and it gets in there, and then he super kicks
Jungle Boy.
And he's like he's one of our best friends, you marks. And then Kenny
did I do that?
And then Kenny's like goodbye, and then Flight of the Valkyrie hits, and it's like holy shit. This is like in one, like both of them in the same freaking night. I'm like, what the friggin' hell, man? That's insane. That was crazy. But funny that they basically gone with his NXT style entrance music. Well, his NXT his NXT theme was based off of his original theme, which is that's his original theme. That's the theme that he used in I'm pretty sure that's the theme he used in Ring of Honor. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, if he didn't, they couldn't have used it.
Yeah.
If that was an NXT brand for any of that stuff,
it may be altered, but it's dope. It's awesome. It's an awesome entrance theme. I'm still not sold on Brian's entrance theme. I would like to see either just go with the classic Flight of the Valkyries or do something.
That one feels like space for a comedy wrestler.
I mean, I get why they did it though, because that theme is like most fans know him from the Flight of the Valkyries theme that he used in WWE. So they wanted to get some kind of a variation off of that. But
I wish they could have gotten the Final Countdown. That's just
apparently it's too expensive, but man, that would have been, even if you just had it for one night, that would have been dope. But yeah, and then they went off the air, and my God, man, this was as close to, like Boogie's right, man. This is one of the best shows they put out this is one of the best shows in the last 10 years.
And if you get a chance, anybody following, listen, if you get a chance and haven't done it, go on YouTube and go, because there's people that have put it out there after the cameras were done on the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Brian was in the ring talking after.
Yes, that's what he went over
rolling. So you really should watch that.
Yeah,
it's only about 7 to 10 minutes, but it's really
not
good.
even that. It's like maybe 6 or 7 minutes. Yeah, but he comes out and he basically says there's 3 reasons why I signed with AEW, and the last one was the one that like really got me. He said, and the third reason, I am a wrestler, and I came here to, by God, wrestle. And he said, I have always been a wrestler. I have carried professional wrestling with me everywhere where I go. I've gotten in. This was the direct shot at WWE, which I was actually really surprised by. He said, I have called it professional wrestling when I was told not to. And he said, it was just, he said, and I am here to, by God, wrestle. So, and that's why, and we knew that that's the reason why he was talking about leaving in the first place, because he knows that he's only 39 years old. I mean, he's getting up there, but he's not quite at the point where he has to worry about like really retiring or anything like that. He's still got a good 3 or 4 years in him at least.
Yeah, and even Adam Cole made a no chance in hell.
Yeah, no chance in hell reference.
There's no chance, like we're the elite and something going on. There's no chance in hell.
But you know that the reason why he left is he wants to go through that forbidden door. He wants to wrestle Kenny Omega. He wants to wrestle Hangman Page. He wants to wrestle. Dude, he had one match with Adam Cole in the WWE, and it was freaking awesome. It was fantastic. You know he wants to wrestle that guy again. He wants to wrestle Tanahashi. He wants to wrestle Okada. He wants to wrestle Naito. He wants to wrestle Chris Bay. He wants to wrestle these guys because he's a freaking wrestler. And here's the thing. He'll go to AEW for 4 or 5 years, and then he'll go back to WWE, and he'll end his career there. And they'll take him back in a heartbeat because they love the guy and he's family. So why wouldn't he take this opportunity to go do this thing that he wants to do for himself, for his life? He's financially secure. The guy's got more money than he's ever going to need. And
between him and his wife's money, come on.
Oh yeah, between him and his wife, dude. Like I said, dude, he's related to Laurinaitis. For God's sake, I mean, Adam Cole wanted to keep his Twitch. Yeah, dude. Well, and we knew that, and believe it or not, we knew that this was a stickler with him, and we said that this is going to be a problem with WWE because they put that mandate out there, and they told all this, and they told other people, you can't do this. Your stuff, you do it. You have to do it through us.
And that's why they fired Zelina Vega.
Yeah. So you knew that if they made a special arrangement with him, the rest of their talent would lose their crap. And here's the thing: the last thing I want to comment on is what, and this goes to kind of WWE's attitude about this whole thing, where they're being very dismissive about this. Vince, I guarantee you, Vince is more. They are more than concerned about this. I guarantee you they are paying attention to this, and I guarantee you they're not happy about this. Here's the thing: Jim Cornette was doing an interview, and they asked him what was the most interesting thing that you have. And they were talking. The subject went to Shane McMahon, and they asked him what was the most interesting conversation you have with Shane, and he said it was when Shane was really young, and he asked Shane what was the best piece of advice your dad ever gave you, and Shane, without missing a beat, he said my dad told me never let your talent know how important they are, because if they know how important they are, you can't control them. Vince is making light about this because he doesn't want his talent to realize how important they are. He wants them to constantly be afraid. He wants them to constantly be in the bubble, so they'll do whatever he wants them to do, and they won't give him any crap about it. That's Vince's secret. That's what Vince has always done. Don't let your talent know how important they are, because without his talent, he doesn't have a business. And this kind of thing scares them, but they will never admit it because they don't want their talent to know how important they are and how much power they really have. Because I guarantee you, if half of Vince's roster walked in and said, "Hey, we're not putting up with this shit," he wouldn't. What's he going to do? You can't fire everybody. You won't have a show. You won't have a company. So that's why when Vega was talking about all that union stuff,
if you're ever going to do it, that would be the time to do it.
Yeah, but that's just, I just want to touch on that real quick. We went way over time, guys. We're at an hour and 20 minutes here. I want to thank everybody that stopped in here. Maldacito, D-Star, Hicks Villain,
Johnny Cage,
Courtney, Johnny Cage, the Indie Kid,
Boogie,
D-Star, Boogie. Oh my God, dude. I can't wait to do that. I want to do another show with Boogie.
2 weeks. I told you I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here.
But yeah, guys, that's the show for this week. Appreciate it. And like we said, if you like the show, want to see more of it, hit like, subscribe, share it out to your social media. Tell your friends. Somebody tell your mama. And we will be here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Now that we're done, go over and check out Bird and the Villain.
Yeah, because Justin is
and
the
Marcus.
winner. Justin is the winner of the Rochambeau.
Justin won. And somebody's going to get kicked in the balls.
Somebody's going to get Rochambeau'd.
Somebody's going to get Rochambeau. Thanks for being here, guys. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
HW, baby.
Till then, it is a great time to be a wrestling fan. Take it easy, guys.